The one player that came to mind right away, it was in his later days, but Brett Hall, the
Mm.
game, it seemed as they took away that red line, you would think, I'd imagine it did become faster, but like you said, it was just kind of like a tennis game going back and forth. I do agree there is, but his game could also help him as he was aging out, that he could stay at the far blue and just get in position to get a shot away or one timer and he'd score.
Yeah.
That
It's funny, him and Robitaille, and there'll be others, but those are the two that come to my mind, perfected the one timer, you know. And now um you see 10 timers a period, like when you're at the game. Like that's the only way you got any chance to score now is to one time it. The other thing that's really changed, Brandon, even during your time to now, and it scares me because I can't imagine doing this. They block everything. Those shots that get blocked. And I used to block shots in my time playing defense, but every time you went down, you were ready to get hurt. Like you're ready to get hurt. And now I'm not saying that they don't get hurt, they do, but they almost are like, okay, this is going to hurt, but I'm going to do it,
Yeah,
you know,
different
because
mentality.
yeah, I mean, they do it with their hip, they do it with their leg, the side of their leg. Um, and you have to do it. I mean, it's part of what your job is to uh, get in front of the puck. Don't let the puck get through to the goalie. That wasn't like that in our time. Like, I mean, the goalie had to make his saves. You took your guy and gave the goalie room to see the puck, and then it was up to him to stop it. It wasn't like now where everybody's just diving in front of the puck to don't let it get to the net.
Yeah, just an extra layer of defense and we'll say goaltending. I agree there. It's also too is the evolution of the game, though the pads are much more protective than the younger days too. But I think the guys back then were much more tougher too. And we talk about mentality, I think a lot of those guys would still get in front of those shots if it's just the culture of the game of how it
If they
was.
had today's equipment, if you had today's equipment, you do it too. Like I'd love to go and play goal now and know that don't worry about it, you can't get hurt.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun? It would be really fun. But when I played, it was like, you had those felt chest protectors on. They were just heavy duty felt, and it's and even on defense, you had a space between your. Do you remember the space between your shin pad and your thigh pad, where if the puck got in there, you really got hurt if you got hit with a shot in there. Um, and now the pants are almost completely all around your legs. You're protected.
Yeah.
You had no protection other than like that little thigh pad, like a football player almost in the front. That's the only protection you had.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, way different days.
Yeah,
Lots
yeah.
of um okay, and yeah, do you want to add any more on development, maybe so into the players, or we definitely talk about a lot of hockey development, the game, but
I
uh
think I think everything is everything. Every aspect has changed and developed. The officials on the ice are better skaters. They're bigger. They're stronger. Um, they're more aware. They're quicker. I think just everything has developed, and that's good for the game. It's not. We don't want to go stale and not develop. We want to keep getting the game better and better. I told a group at our 94 25th anniversary uh, thing that we had at Madison Square Garden. I told a group that today's athletes, meaning those athletes back then, this was whenever it was 2019. I said we're the best athletes so far in the NHL. And if I was to say it again today, I would say today's athletes, 2023, are the best ever been in the NHL. And you can't compare the guys from the 90s to the guys today. They didn't have the equipment and the chance to be that. But in their time, they were the best that there was.
yeah.
And I think that's going to be the way it's going to be. You're just going to continually, everything's going to continue to get better and better. And you can't compare Gordie Howe. How would Gordie Howe play in today's league? I mean, that's crazy to say that. You can't. It's an impossible thing to equate the game when he played to the game today. It's like a different sport almost.
Yeah.
So I hope that we continue to get better and better. And I'm glad to see that the world is getting more involved in hockey. Um, when I was scouting in the early 80s and during the whole 80s, um, there was Canada, the US, obviously, Russia, Czechoslovakia, uh, Finland, and Sweden. Um, Germany didn't have a very good program. Switzerland had nothing. Norway, nothing. Um, and today it's blossoming everywhere, including in some Asian countries. So it's good. As long as it keeps growing, it's better for us, and it's better for the NHL and for people that love hockey.
Yeah, I think all these fans, obviously the true fans, and they know what hockey is and what they're watching, they follow it. But as you continue to grow the game and you bring in new fans, new people, and we'll say locals, is just so important to have yeah, just like diverse group of
Mhm.
players all over the world. They want to see the best is what they usually look
Yeah,
for, right? And of course, like us all, scouts, coaches, and people watching, is they always want to see the next best thing because
exactly,
that's
exactly.
what Connor McDavid is doing, and even Connor Bedard coming up, the young
Yeah,
Canadian World Junior player, and there's many more, Logan Cooley on US and all that, and but it's just like, who's the next best thing, because these athletes are just so just powerful, explosive, and athletic and talented. They're just all, yeah, there's so many boxes checked now where
yeah, yeah.
uh, you could be big and strong before and be a good hockey player. You could be fast, and now they're just quite a bit more well-rounded now.
Mhm.